That's better. Sorry, I put it in not landscape, portrait. I put it in portrait to start with. It's a nice sunny day. Just wait for people to join. First person's in. Second person's in. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, guys? Hello. How are you two doing today? It's a beautiful sunny day here. I hope it is where you are as well. Hey Davey, how you doing? I need like a tripod or something to hold my phone. Yeah, I thought I'd just go live today. Kind of just to talk through May. Like the builds are going to be kicking up a little bit now. The one that you're kind of looking at now, or that I'm showing you, isn't a build or anything. It's just one I've picked up just to grab the shifters off it, just for Idel over at School City Cycles. And I'll be probably selling this one straight off. I'll put the original LX shifters back on it because it's got XT, and then sell it off so someone can use it, because it is a really nice bike. But in terms of builds, obviously, if you're following on Instagram, you will have seen the Avanti is taking shape. That is now drying. It's had all the paint put on it. I'm going to leave it until next weekend to assemble, and then hopefully release the video on Sunday. So yeah, I'm really excited about that because it's turned out really nice. The banana idea was spot on. So thanks, John, for that. And he also actually supplied the paint for it, or the majority of the paint for it, and the decals. Yeah, he's done some bananas himself and had some stuff left over, so sent it my way. So the banana Avanti will come out next weekend, hopefully. Fingers crossed for that. The week after, it's kind of my birthday week, so as with last year, I've bought something special. It's cost a lot, but yeah, I haven't really told anyone what it is yet. It is something very nice, and something that is hopefully going to look really good once I've put a bit of time into it. I am off work this week, so I can do that. So yeah, that'll be the week after. What else am I doing? Oh yeah, the Gary Fisher, the AL1. I'm building that up. I don't think you would have seen this unless you follow me on Instagram and Facebook. That is being polished up this week as well, and then that will probably be released the week after. And then we also have, because some of you wanted to see an old bike again, I've dug out the 1962 Rally Sprite that I have stored away for years. It's all sandblasted. I just need to paint it now. And yeah, that would be a really nice bike, actually. I'm probably not going to keep it. I'll probably just sell it because I really need the space now. I've got far too many bikes. But yeah, that's May for you in terms of bike builds anyway. I do have a parts bench waiting for stuff to be rebuilt, refurbished. You know, going from freewheels, pedals. It always accumulates shocks. Ugh, those are a nightmare. I hope people recognise those ones. Those two rock shocks there. They are special forks. And the fork off the Proflex as well. I need to do that one. It's a little stubborn. But yeah, that's May for you. I'm off work next week to try and get some work done in the garage. Give me a bit more time. Maybe go riding for a few places. And it should be a good May. And it will follow on into June and July and all that, because there was a lot of nice builds coming. So, yeah, that's my little summary. If you want to just have a chat or ask some questions or whatever now, then yeah, feel free. And spend a bit of time online in the sun. So I've seen who's been in the chat so far. Chat, where are we? Okay, Lumley. You need to straighten a bent steerer tube. Any tips? Leave it to the. Personally, I would say leave it to a professional. Yeah, I don't know if a steerer tube is something that I would want to be messing with if I don't have the proper equipment. Obviously, steel especially, will bend, and then you can bend it back. But every time you do it, it's going to weaken. And yeah, you might be able to like stick it in, I don't know, stick it in a vise and heat it up and move it around a bit, but it's going to weaken it. And I don't know if I don't think a steerer tube is something that you want to weaken. So I've still got the bomber fork here, which is bent. I might do an experiment on that, but it's bent. I replaced it. I don't want to weaken stuff and then leave it on the bike, potentially. Stu just sold a nice triathlon bikes are hard to sell as well. Was it a specific triathlon bike, or was it just called a triathlon? Because I had a lot of trouble selling the Quintana Roo. An 89 Stumpy. See, yeah, I know what you mean about like trying to straighten the fork, because an original fork is an original fork. So I don't really want to say give it a go, because if something happens, I don't want to come back to me and say, well, you said it. But it might be possible. I would personally, if I wanted to keep the fork, I'd probably take it to a professional and get the steerer itself replaced. They should be able to do that, hopefully. But me personally, I don't mess around with that stuff. Whew. The 89 Stumpy is something I want to get though. Well, the Stumpy Comp. Actually, no, an 88 Stumpy Comp. Who's here as well? Hello, Germany. How's it in Germany today? As beautiful as it is today. I should be out on the bike riding really, if it's like this, but I've just been to collect this and then I'll come live. I don't know where Torvi is today. She is out enjoying the sun somewhere, like I should be. The chat just disappears all the time. It's rainy in Germany. Oh, sorry about it. I tell you what though, it did rain yesterday and I love the smell. When it's been dry for a while, I just love the smell of the rain on the ground. So nice. Maryland, when they make all the cookies. So that would be Maryland. Northeast states, right? Bought today an old Niagara mountain bike from 97. Nice. What's it like condition-wise then? Triathlon only in name, 531 fork frame. Maillard 105 golden arrow. Man, 500. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good weight for a steel bike. 531. Yeah, that is a good weight. Still got my old go fish touch. That's a harder. I'll give it a good clean. Yeah, grab it out, give it a clean. Tasahara. I did briefly have one of those. I just used it as a kind of demo video. But I've got the AL1 now, and I think this is a nice bike. Aluminium. It is a really nice, really well built bike, the AL1. Oh, and that bike that I picked up today came with this X-Lite seat post. So that's going in the AL1. Have any tips to find info on old bikes from small brands? Oh, God, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes when I'm just looking for bikes, looking for parts, the small brands are an absolute nightmare to try and track down. Way back on the channel, I did a more and large folding bike, which I barely found any info on. Couldn't find any catalogues or anything about it. It's just one of those random small, I guess, smallish companies that pop up, and information is limited on them. Mind you, information is limited on some of the big brands, so it might be a case of going onto forums and asking around. Randomly, I've had some employees from More and Large comments on that video of the folding bike, and gave a little bit of info. They couldn't actually remember making that bike that I had. But yeah, for small brands, it's like good luck. Good luck finding stuff. Forums, like Facebook groups, are quite knowledgeable because you've got all sorts of people in them, and websites don't often have everything completely collated. Yeah. What else we got? I hate the way chat closes all the time. Where are we? Original components with Shimano LX and a frame with some chips. Nice. 20 euros for all original Shimano LX, like this stuff. This Dior LX, the M550, that is an absolute bargain. That's one of my favourite groups, that M550. This one's got the hubs, derailleur, crankset, derailleur, hub. It does have a DX rear, and someone's changed, well, the owner changed the front brake to a V brake and the shifters to XT, but I'll be putting it all back to LX and going from there. But yeah, 20 euros for a fully equipped LX bike is an absolute bargain, I think. How many cans of primer, paint and clear on average per frame and fork? Okay, so I mean, obviously I'm still somewhat new. Actually, no, I still am new to the whole painting game. I have been using, personally, 2 cans of primer at least. On the Avanti that I'll be showing next week, that was 1 can of etch primer to start with, and then I actually used 1 whole can of white and then topped it up with another can as well. In terms of colour, sometimes you can get away with 1 can, depending on the brand and depending on how well it covers, but I would say 2 cans for the colour at least. If you're gonna sand that back, you might start getting spots that are thin, and if you break through those spots, obviously it's going to show through the primer colour. So yeah, I would say 2 cans, and clear as well. I use 2 cans of 2K for the Avanti, and that was enough to do 2 good coats. Like, one would not have been enough to do it properly. So I say at least 2 cans for each layer, at least. If you want to go added protection, obviously 3 would be nice. Depends on your budget. Nice. Yeah, that is a nice find. Really nice. Like this one, this cost £70. So yeah, 20 euros for that fully equipped LX bike is nice. Like the shifters are interesting, I think, for that generation of LX. They're not the best. They work. Obviously, they're simple and they work, but yeah, they're a bit vague sometimes. The DX were a nice, what's it called? My mind goes blank. A nice addition. 2K's fine. I mask up. I've got a mask and everything now, so it's definitely needed to wear a mask with 2K. It is nasty stuff and gives off a lot of fumes. It also gets everything really sticky, like the overspray that goes on the floor. It's super sticky, so make sure everything's protected if you're using it. And I've been told as well to make sure all your skin is protected with it as well, which I haven't been doing, to be honest. But I've made sure my lungs are protected now, at least. Thank you, Stu. Is it next for this week? Oh no, it's actually a week on Wednesday, I think. But yeah, thanks. Will you use Cerakote on your bikes again? Now that I'm spraying, I don't think I'll be using the Cerakote again. It was an interesting thing to try out, and I do really like it. Compared to powder coating, it left a much thinner finish, which was so much better for coating bars and stems. Mainly due to the fact that powder coating adds quite a bit of thickness to stuff. So when you're trying to put the handlebars into the stem and the stem into the steerer, it often doesn't fit if you've powder coated it. Whereas the Cerakote gave a really good coating, and actually everything went together really nicely. There was no need to sand anything down. The only qualm, issue, problem, etc. that I thought with the Cerakote was that it was like a matte / satin finish. It was really nice, don't get me wrong. Like, I really liked the finish. It was smooth, everything went together easily, but I do start to really appreciate the gloss finishes, like having a nice glossy finish. And that's the only reason I probably wouldn't do it again. If the right bike comes for it, of course. Like if I need a tough, durable coating, I will probably do another one of them. But at the moment, I'm liking using the spray cans. Yeah, I'm liking getting a bit creative with the spray cans and learning something new, I guess. Yeah, I haven't done a Kona yet. I was at one point looking around for one. I think it was let's face that way. I think it was, I was looking around for like a 91. I'm not too au fait. I think it was a cinder cone. With the I have an LX group which would go on it nice. But no Konas just yet. Maybe soon, depending if I can find stuff. But at the moment, I'm trying not to buy bikes to build, as I've got, you know, one, the rest two at work, BSA 3, Scott 4, and then BSA behind it 5, Rally behind that 6, Sun up there 7, and then the Sport that maybe you've seen today, there's another one. The one behind it is just a random, that's another one I've got to do. I think I've got a few frames inside as well. Jeez, I've got a lot to do. But yeah, maybe on the card soon there'll be a Kona. It'll be an interesting one to do. Where am I? So I could see you using abrasive methods to remove our paint and primer. Why not use bead blasting or chemical remover for the paint? Yes. Okay. For that Scott, I did use some. Well, I did do it all by hand or machine hand. I think that was mainly just down to being on a. No, I know why that was. I would have got that media blasted, but the place was closed. Well, no. Technically, it was still open to get everything media blasted, but despite being, I don't know, 5 miles from the house, they, because of the lockdown, wouldn't let me drop it off. I had to send it off by courier, so I just decided to use the grinder, sand by hand, and do everything on that one. Everything else I will be starting from scratch, as in I'll be using a media blaster, well, taking it and getting it blasted and doing it that way, because it is so much easier. Spending £20 or whatever to drop it off and get everything blasted is a heck of a lot easier and less time consuming, of course. And you get a better finish, I think, than doing everything by hand. So yeah, I will be doing that. And as for chemical stripping agents, I just haven't really found one that works lately. I do kind of remember using old Nitromors, and that worked. It stripped stuff, and then buying it recently, and it doesn't seem to work as well. So yeah, it's just I haven't found the right one to do it. I want to get stuff done quick. I don't want to do. I'm impatient, like that sort of things. I want my chemical stuff to work, not to have to do multiple coats of it and then be sitting there for hours scraping a gunge off. It's not nice. MW says, retro mountain bike drop bar conversion, yay or nay? Yay. Why not? Although it technically wasn't a mountain bike, so to speak, I guess. It turned out to be a hybrid. At first I thought it was a mountain bike, stupidly. The Peugeot Concept 18 I did that to drop bar to make a CX, and that worked well. The original plan actually for the Cannondale was to make that a drop bar, and it still is. Once I've had my fun playing around with it single speed, I might actually make it a 2x10 drop bar. And yeah, I'll figure out the geometry a bit more on it, because it is a weird geometry at the moment, and I have screwed that up royally with the with the shock and the short stem and the bars. But once I've given it a go at that, I'll work it out, and I probably will do a drop bar conversion on it. Yeah. Where are we now? Next up was, I will look forward to a video with a strip. I'm not stripping for anyone. Yeah, with a strip I did. What stuff did you use then to strip it? Was it a special brand of paint stripper? I know I've tried like B&Q stuff as well, and that is useless. Saludos, amigo. Hello, Jerry. California's in the house as well. To be in California. Mountains, sea. Philippines as well, checking in. Hello, wow, we're getting around the world now. Tactical banana. Kind of don't understand why 90s motorbike can't be. Of course, yeah. It can, of course, be a monster gravel bike. There's nothing stopping anyone with it. I think they make really good frames for that. Even if you want to put 700s on there, 700C, they do fit. You just have to use, obviously, calipers if the frame allows with all the mounts. Unless there's some sort of device out there to extend the canty mounts, maybe to put longer arm V brakes on there. Did I just see Tasmania was here as well? We have gone worldwide. But yeah, I do plan on doing a proper gravel monster cross bike with the 26. It should make nice. It should make a nice build. They're very versatile frames. I mean, you can just keep them as they are, do the one bike conversions on them easily, as of course anything can, upgrade them, weld stuff onto them if you want to, if it's steel especially. 26-inch loads capabilities if you want to change it to 700C, easy. Mexico. Do I dare try and speak in Spanish? I can think in Spanish a bit better now, but speaking it is a little difficult. I have to really, really think about what I'm saying. It doesn't, come out as easily. Hello, worldwide dudes. Tasmania. Wow, Tasmania, completely the other side of the world. What's it like? What's it like in Tasmania? Like, actually, what's it like in all of the countries around the world finding bikes? Because I do see a few comments every now and again, and I have got messages like from the States, from the US, saying that Marins are kind of hard to find. Whereas over here, a Marin seems to be, pretty easy to find. Whereas a Diamondback, for example, I can't really find any. So yeah, what's it like? I'd be interested to know kind of where bikes got to. I think down under with Gary's projects, he's got a couple of Diamondbacks. Seems to be able to find them pretty easy in Australia. Torvi is sunning herself up somewhere, or probably trying to fix someone's car. Yesterday she came in the morning, covered in oil. I don't know where she got it from. She was just all down her side, had oil all over her, had to clean her. But yeah, she's probably sunning herself up somewhere at the moment. And she'll be back in a bit when she wants food. Where in the UK are you from? I'm new to the channel. Oh, firstly, thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. Assuming you subscribed. Yeah, thanks. I'm sort of smack bang in the middle of the country in Staffordshire. So yeah, it's kind of a nice place to be. Kind of can get to anywhere in a reasonable time. And there's some. I'm actually in like kind of a nice place because I can just ride straight out into the countryside. It's not a big city or town. Well, it's kind of a big. It's a smallish town, but I'm right on the countryside, so I can just ride out. Tip shot runs. You know, to be honest, I haven't had any success. I haven't really tried, to be honest, but I haven't had any success when I've been down there. Oh God, I'm gonna butcher your name. Sorry, Japheth. Thank you for subscribing and giving all the support. I'm pretty sure I see your name pop up quite a bit. Oh, this is another name I'm gonna butcher. Suruski. Your thoughts on old school bar ends for long days on the bike? Cheers from Germany. Loads of bikes to be found here. Bar ends, I am honestly starting to like them. Yeah, starting to like them. They offer, obviously, different positions. I've put these stubby ones on the Cannondale just to, you know, see how it goes. But yeah, obviously a long day in the saddle when you're holding on to the bars, obviously from the other angle. It gets a bit tiring, so it's nice just to change it up. Actually, they've got the Trans X on. The Marin ones, I can't remember what brand they were. There was no brand on them. But riding that as well, there's been some... I do like them, yeah. I do like them. I think they're a good addition. Maybe not on your downhill bike or anything like that, but if you're just going to be having long days in the saddle, very much worthwhile. Oh God, Ricardo. Crank arms lengths are not something I've delved into yet. Obviously, there's still so much to learn about bikes and geometry and how the different crank arm lengths affect you. And it's just not something I've looked into yet, so I won't be able to answer that one. Scotland, I've been up there actually probably only once, and that was for snowboarding. That was just over the border technically. I was planning on, well, I was signed up to a ride up there. God, where was it now? On the Cumbria side, I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I was gonna head up there and do a mountain bike ride, but it got cancelled because of bad weather over the winter. You know, of course, Scotland's gonna have bad weather over the winter. But yeah, I do want to head up there. It's making time and getting around. I want to go to a lot of places and take a bike. I want to do the coast to coast, so that's obviously fairly close to Scotland, but not quite there. And then I'll head a bit further. I see more old Repco and Malvern Stars than old Treks and whatnot. Still ride with bullhorns. They have a comfort for long rides to and from treks. Yeah, exactly. They are really nice. What was I riding? Oh, my Palisades, the pink and purple. I did want to add pink and blue, not purple. I did want to add some bar ends onto that because I was getting a bit of pain in my hands, in my wrist, no, in my thumb. Was getting a bit of pain in there, so I did want to add bar ends onto that. It's not going to be an aggressive bike, so I haven't worried about skewering yourself on those. Hey Bruce, nice of you to check in. Chan, loving vintage bikes. Planning on cycling the North Coast 500 once travelling is safe. Yeah, oh, it would be nice to do that. I'm sure someone has actually suggested to me that I join them doing that, but at the moment I am not fit enough to do that. I would probably take ages and ages to do it, but yeah, it looks spectacular, like going around all the North Coast. Absolutely spectacular. I will probably get down south again, as in southwest, Somerset, Devon, Cornwall, and go around there. Head over to Wales. I might head over to Wales next week, to be honest. Just have a quick trip. And yeah, get up to the peaks and lakes again. There's so many beautiful places in the UK. It's just, and getting out on your bike, you know, you can find that. Peak Talk YouTube channel was great for geometry analysis, crank links. How dare you promote? No, that's fine. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna have a look at that then, because it'd be interesting to learn some stuff about geometry of the bike, especially with, you know, that butchered Cannondale that I'm trying. What's better, riding bikes or building bikes? Ooh. Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Riding them, of course. Yeah, riding them. In the right spot, obviously, riding bikes. I really do love to see the outcomes of builds. You know, the start to finish journey and seeing how it comes out, and I hope it comes across in the videos, but yeah, when I do see the finished article, or when I'm building it, and I get a bit excited about how it's turning out. But riding, getting out there and seeing places, it's awesome when it's as well on something that you've built and you're enjoying it, and you just riding like I like to be away from. I know I've got a YouTube channel, but I do kind of like to be out on my own, and exploring. So yeah, I'm gonna say riding for me. Although I am a bit chubster at the moment, I'll do a bit more riding now that the sun is coming out a bit more, and see some more places. Where am I? Tactical Banana TB. I'm not a stamina monster either, but why not take your time with it? A week or longer for it. There's also a great tour connecting all the Outer Hebrides. Yeah. Okay. I always think I'm gonna sound really lame here now as well. I love the idea of doing a bike tour, getting out there and seeing places, you know, spending 500 miles in the saddle over a few days. But then I've got to leave Torvi, and I'm always kind of worried what she'd do without me. I know she can cope. Of course she can cope. But yeah, that kind of always puts me off doing stuff like that. But I need to do it. She'll be fine. I can just get my parents or something to look after her. And yeah. But yeah, doing the Hebrides, Scotland, it does look so beautiful. All the coastal routes, I think, are pretty beautiful. There's so many places to see. So many places. I need to take more than a week off work. I need to. Okay, Bruce. Yep, agree. Riding with Lever. Yeah, for sure. Ricardo, have you made your own chainring straightener? park tools used to make them. No, I haven't. Shaving straightener, no. I've got a vice that straightens stuff. You know, this big beast. But no, nothing specific. I haven't made anything specific yet. I kind of made my own spoke screwdriver. That's about it. TB, it's a great feeling to convert a beat down piece of crap and bring it back to life for sure. Definitely. I just can't wait. Oh, the 87 cigar. I've got that as well. That's tucked away at the top there. Oh, God, so much stuff. Yeah, when I finally get that one back up and running, it's going to look amazing. Oh, I just saw your Marin mountain bike. That's my favourite paint job you did on the mountain bike. Yeah, honestly, that is my favourite paint job as well, that one. It's dirty at the moment and dark, but I love the fade. I love the splatter. It turned out really well. Really well. On the topic of Bruce, on the topic of geometry, I know there is a lot to it, but I've built a bike with the wrong geometry and sometimes they work fine. Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's personal preference, isn't it? Like, if you're not going all out performance as well, then changing the geometry slightly, you can still enjoy it. Of course you can still enjoy it. But I'd be interested to know the performance aspects of, you know, adding the longer travel fork onto it and seeing how that has changed angles in the head, in the seat, raising the bottom bracket and all that, and how it technically should affect stuff. Yeah, Torvi's great. She's such a nice. She's pretty much spent that whole day inside yesterday. Don't get me demonetized with that music, please. She yes, literally spent the whole day inside yesterday after having an oily experience. Yeah, she's so nice. Oh, I've caught up. Yes. Is that everything? Have I responded to everything? Yeah, sweet. Cool. Oh, no. Here we go. My mountain bike may be modern, but I'm a big fan of retro mountain bikes. Yeah, no, they were, I mean, I've got tucked away at the back there. Oh, God, I've got so much stuff. My carbon, what do I call it? Carbon hardtail. That's tucked away at the back. I've got my full sus inside, waiting to come out here when I create some space. And I love them. Like, I've ridden for miles. I think my longest ride on that hardtail was 50, actually it was close to 60 miles around Cumbria. A hard ride. I think I've actually still got a video of it. It's the Lakeland Monster. That was a rough ride. Rough ride. But it was on that bike and it was so nice. I love that bike. It doesn't really compare to a retro mountain bike, as in it's comfy and it performs well, it brakes well, but you know, you can have good rides on the retro stuff as well. Like when I first grabbed that KHS Montana and just took it to the woods locally where I picked it up and had some fun on it. It was probably one of the best rides I've had. Just the jankiness, the sketchiness of it, holding on tight. And I've taken it around Cannock as well and set. If you look at Strava, I don't pay much attention to it anymore, but back then I had it running, and I think I set one of the quickest times of the day on that fully rigid bike with cantilever brakes going down Lower Cliff. So they can perform. That was holding on tight though. That was holding on tight. The other side of this wall, nothing. There's nothing at all. Touch wood. Touch wood, it will be an extension to the garage soon, hopefully. I'm still waiting for the sort of purchase of this place, this garage, this flat to go through. Still, it's been a nightmare, but I know technically I will own the land at the other side of the garage, so maybe I can build an extension and have a big workshop. Talking about Cumbria, did you ever cycle up the struggle in Ambleside? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, out the front. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where Ambleside is in Cumbria. It was around Keswick that we went to and cycled round. Without a map, I can't remember where it was, but it was one of the sort of local mountains. But that was tough. Ambleside, why does that ring a bell? It rings a bell for some reason. I can't picture it, where it is. Oh, okay, Ricardo. Out the front, it's just out the front, that sort of wall that you see in all the videos is just a garden of sorts on the other side. It's not, a garden. Yeah, up north, up to north is a great place to cycle, I reckon. I kind of miss Eroica and cycling around the Peak District. That was a nice ride around the Peak District, going around Derbyshire. But unfortunately, it looks like Eroica is no more, because they are not responding to anyone. They're not talking to anyone, which is a shame. It was expensive, but it was kind of fun. But you don't have to pay to go and ride there, so we're gonna head up soon. Ambleside is pretty much in the middle of the lakes. So we've got the lakes. Windermere's in the south, right? So it might have been close. I can't come out this stream to have a look. Cool. I actually really need to tidy up this place. I did have a quick tidy, but I've still got to put those on. Still got a lot of stuff to tidy. Next week is going to be fun. Is there any of my old builds that haven't been done yet that you're kind of looking forward to? I'm actually I need to get that BSA done, the 20. That is going to be an engineering sort of anomaly, but we'll get that done. Oh, someone else 30 people are now in. Hello, 30th person. Is anyone... Oh, Windermere is kind of close. But it's all pretty busy. Yeah. Unfortunately, all those beauty spots are going to be pretty busy now. Oh, Mike's here. The Marin man himself has turned up. stopped off from building his own Eldridge, putting the crank on the wrong side. No, I'm kidding. By the way, if you are if you are not following Mike, aka the Marin Man, on Instagram, go and have a look. It's got some lovely Marins, polishing up crank sets to a mirror finish, and also living in I think North Wales has got some pretty epic views. So yeah, definitely someone you should check out as well. In fact, I've run out of Marins now to... Okay, here's a thing I want to ask. Option 1, Marin. Option 2, Marin. Are we going with option 1 in the UK or worldwide for Marin, or option 2 for Marin? Two. Okay, yeah, 2, Marin. Option 1, Marin. Okay. So there is a split on this for Murga. Yeah, I do hear it said Marin in America. Marin. Marin is said much more over here. Much more. Even at the demo days, obviously, that I've been to. Marin, yeah. Marin or Marin? It's just interesting. Different pronunciations. But Mike, according to the interwebs, it's Marin County. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's pronounced differently everywhere. You can never please everyone. It's just a thought that just popped into my head then. Cool. I'm hungry. It's been almost an hour. Let's make it an hour, and then I'm gonna go and have a sandwich or something. Tempt Torvi in with some more chicken. Has anyone else? Okay, let's talk about or suggest recommendations for other YouTube channels as well then. So, what are your favourite channels to watch? Doesn't have to be about bikes. It can be about anything. Like, personally, I watch, I guess, maybe a wide variety of stuff. From gaming, I guess, you know, people like Neebs Gaming and Blueprint, and then to creators like, obviously, Laura Kampf, Evan and Caitlin. What's his name? Oh God, I forgot his name. Alex Steele, all that sort of stuff. Vice Grip Garage, Car Throttle, Oliver's channel, Red Dread as well, has got some really interesting stuff on. Showcat. Cat is not here at the moment. She is sunbathing, but I'm sure if I ring the chicken bell, once I open the fridge, she will shoot in through the front door. Clickspring is an awesome channel. Okay, we'll have a look. What do they do? Tell me more about it. Ave is funny as heck. I love excavators. Cletus, Mighty Car Mods. I can't believe I forgot them. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Mighty Car Mods, MCM. I've not technically met Marty. I've seen him. Went to it when they were over in the UK. Once upon a time. Went to a little meetup. And saw him walking around checking out all the cars. Although I didn't get to meet him. Yeah, tell me about it. Bruce, I watch more YouTube at the moment than TV. Yeah, pretty much spend most of my time watching YouTube. I'd love to see a gravel bike conversion video from an old rally road bike. Haha, well, Supreme, you mentioned that. It might not be a strict gravel bike conversion, but I do have something like that coming up. It's going to be going from, it's technically a BSA, but it's got rally threading, 70s. It's going to have a nice paint job on it. 700C conversion. I'm thinking it will be more flat bar. Do I have I don't know where I put the shifters, but it might, yeah. I'm going to be upgrading it anyway. It's going to be going from the 2x5, 120, is it 120 mil? It might be 120 mil rear end to running the 135. It's probably going to be 2x or 3x8. And yeah, it should be a nice build, that. Oops. Spin that, yep. I've seen a few of his videos before. All right, Bruce, I'll check that out then. I'll have a look when I go back inside and make myself a sandwich or some toast or something and a cup of tea. Bit of cake, coffee and walnut. Clickspring does home machine shop projects, mostly on raw metal. His projects and cool. I'll definitely click that. I'll definitely check that out then. It is something I like to watch, kind of thing. You know, that engineering aspect of stuff. Like Alex Steele's videos, the blacksmithing is something I want to, you know, try out randomly. It looks fun to just heat up and smash a piece of metal and make it into something. In fact, here's one for you. If you haven't seen it, Alex Steele did actually make his own mountain bike from scratch, literally learning from scratch. I mean, obviously he's a blacksmith. He has experience with forging and welding, but he kind of learnt from scratch to make a bike. And it was a really cool process. Maybe it's something I can do soon if I can get over to Ireland and get taught by Idel. I think she said before that she'll teach me a little bit of frame making, frame building. But yeah, that was a cool video. Yeah. Yeah, I've still got to work out the Supreme. Yeah, still got to work out the brake clearances and all that. But the shifting should be pretty simple. You can get adapters now, which are fairly readily available. Gil, is it Jill or Gil? Down tube shifters or brifters for a road bike. Brifters are just convenience. Down tube shifters are lighter, I guess, maybe. Yeah, I'd prefer brifters. Just having it there to do, like, especially if I'm commuting on a bike, brifters 100%, because if I'm riding in and out of traffic, I don't want to be reaching down and grabbing at the down tube to change gear, but having it on the bar, obviously, is a lot easier. Okay, cool. Oh, geez, we've hit an hour. We've hit an hour. Anyway, as it's hit an hour, I am going to go back inside for a bite to eat. It is, 1:20. So, thank you all for joining. Post-production, what have you just said? Quickly working. Oh no. How good the radioactors were. Yeah, that derailleur adapter that I used before worked really well. For quick release wheels, I wouldn't know too much about that because I did use a bolt. So quick release might be another thing. Well, thanks for joining, Rich. I am literally just about to head off now. It's been an hour, so I'm gonna go and grab a cup of tea, grab a bit to eat. But yeah, if you want to know, if you got any more questions, then just leave them in the comments, and I'll try and answer them. From me now, I'm gonna sign out. Thank you all for joining. And yeah, have a happy Sunday. Enjoy any rides that you're gonna do, any bikes that you're building, any kiddies that you got to stroke. But yeah, thanks for joining, and I'll, as always, catch you in the next one.